Today we're rating AI-generated cards, so get your Fuel of Nissa ready and let's take a look at Low Chord. It is the Waterted Felide. It is a red 2 generic planeswalker with 3 loyalty. It is a Tezzeret Bears. Must have had that grizzly bear in play where all other creatures are grizzly bears. Tezzeret, you look so bearish today. All right, we got +2, draw 2 cards. Then discard one of your opponents. They can't even be regenerated. We're discarding opponents. I'm sorry, Bobby. You're discarded. Straight to the graveyard. Also, we've got -2. Destroy target legendary creature and each other creature you control. I mean, it works both ways. All right. I'm discarding you, but I'm also blowing up the rest of my board. Sacrifices must be made. What did it cost? It cost everything. And we also have -8. Target player loses 5 life unless they discard a card. You're the Monarch. I'm sorry, if you're the Monarch, create a 4/4 black demon creature token with flying. This ability is terrible. And it's not too hard to, no, it is hard to get to. You're gonna have to like plus like 4 times in order to get there. Low Chord can be your commander. Well, danger, it absolutely a danger. You can discard my opponents. Straight to the graveyard, the game is over. I pay 3 mana, +2. I'm actually plussing up this thing to discard my opponents. We're turning our opponents into cards, they're in my hand, and they're discarded. Yeah, why would you not discard your opponents with this? Why would you choose even the minus ability? The best ability on this thing is the +2 ability. +2 is busted. The rest is whatever, we don't even need it. This card is unbearable. JD, you're a funny person. You're very funny. Very, very funny around here. Hey, Nikachu, are you feeling chaotic today? I don't know. It's not how I'm feeling. It's how the AI-generated cards are feeling. This card's disqualified. Absolutely cannot print this thing. It's completely overpowered. Yeah. It's completely overpowered. We cannot be discarding our opponents so early in the game. You go turn what? You can go like Soul Ring, Chrome Mox, Low Chord. It's over. But probably this fellow Tezzeret needs to cool down. It's called the Waterted Felide, but looking a little hot right now. Anyway, so 2 thumbs down for Low Chord. Okay, we got Wreck. As if I didn't think we were wrecked already from that first card. It is a red 1 generic 1/1. It's a Merfolk. It's a hot Merfolk, red Merfolk. When Wreck enters the battlefield, target creature you control with toughness 4 or greater has flying. I grant you flying, even though I don't know how. I'm a mermaid. Okay, tap. Add 1 mana of any color if you've completed a dragon. We're completing dragons around here, apparently. Wreck deals 2 damage to target player or planeswalker. Complete the dragon. I got the tail. What is this, like Exodia or something? I got the feet, the fangs, the head, the body, the wings, and together, the great Shivan dragon has been assembled. How to complete your dragon. How to create your dragon. How to what was that movie actually? Something, My Pet Dragon? Maybe it was just called My Pet Dragon in the first place. Into the Dragon. Well, I just finished doing a dragon, so yeah, exactly. Take 2 damage. I finished my dragon. Are there any real red merfolk? Not in mono red. Some Izzet ones. There's quite a few Izzet ones, in fact. Phyrexian a dragon? That's possible. Did the AI mean complete or complete? Either way, chaos. Well, it's not too chaotic. I've seen worse. Oh, how to train your dragon. Oh, it's not quite the same thing as making a dragon. You make a dragon fusion to do the damage. I guess once I complete my dragon, the dragon's gonna do the job for me. Well, anyway, I don't know what completing a dragon is. So disqualified. And it sucks anyway. ETB, a target creature you control toughness 4 or greater has flying. I mean, maybe it's okay. It's sort of a crap. I mean, I'm gonna play this thing on turn 2. Like, don't I want to curve out? It's not a very card to curve out with. What on earth do we got here? Thought attentions 0, and that's exactly what this card does. Snowland, Ramen. No, it's like Romone. Is this Romone? Ramon? It's not ramen, like the noodle or anything. Zero. Nothing. You do nothing and you do it incredibly well. In fact, okay, that actually is probably exactly what's going on in this person's head. Thinking about what are you thinking about? I'm thinking about nothing. We believe it. Cost 0. It pays 0. It's funny, this is a mana cost in the card. Why is the mana cost in the card? That's not how we represent mana. This is the cost of the mana, not what we get back. And on top of it, it's generic. So yeah, it's like, maybe it makes generically nothing. You know nothing, Jon Snow. Landfall, yeah, landfall. Yeah, think of the landfall triggers, everyone. The landfall triggers. JV, thank you very much for your super chat. When are you gonna show us your Merfolk Riptide Turd deck? Why am I even subscribed? I don't know, but the Riptic Turd. Oh, I couldn't remember what that card did. It's a great card though. I assume, yeah, that's what I'm also assuming. I assume it's tap, add 0. We're gonna add 0 and we're gonna like it. I mean, I guess there's nothing that's specified. Like, how do you describe 0 mana? Like, there's just no way to do it. You know what? If there's like a bunch of those old cards, like Thawing Glaciers, Tabernacle, the Pendrel Veil, that's probably how they would tap for mana back then. So actually, this is a perfectly legal card. Also, if you need snow synergy, all right, if you need snow permanents in play, you go get your Thought Attentions. Yeah, it's 0. Yeah, it's not just 0, it's 0 snow mana. You got that, Kano. That's bang on. Tap, do nothing. If we can even do that. No, I guess we can. Like, all lands have inherently tap to do something. Can you represent the 0 mana as snow? Probably not. I remember there was like an eBay product once. It was like, you are buying nothing and you're paying it for nothing, and like the shipping is nothing. You shall receive nothing because it costs nothing to send nothing. There's like this really long disclaimer about like what you were buying, but you could buy it for a certain price. If you wanted to buy nothing online, nothing on eBay, it was possible. So yeah, you will get nothing out of this. So it won't even be a snow nothing because nothing is nothing. All right, but it's legal. It is a legal nothing. So it actually, this is the most playable card we've seen so far today because of just how it's worded. Okay, we got the Conqueror's Vision. What would a Conqueror think of? It's a white 1 generic aura, enchant creature. Whenever enchanted creature becomes tapped, Conqueror's Vision deals 1 damage to that creature and 3 damage to any target. 3 damage? So don't tap it. Hold on, 3 damage to that creature and 3 damage to any target. Who gets to choose? I guess I get to choose, because I'm the controller of Conqueror's Vision. Oh, actually, we could be the controller of Conqueror's Vision, to be honest. So we could have put Conqueror's Vision on our creature. It hurts to conquer. It hurt our head a little bit. Kano likes it a little bit. It craps lightning. Straight into the toilet. You gotta save it. Disease Master loves it. Yeah, actually playable card. So, probably from the opponent it sucks. Or maybe it is. It could be like a weird pacifism, like if you attack with your creature, maybe it dies if it has 1 toughness. On top of that, I still get the 3 damage trigger to do something else with it. Yeah, so it's on an aura. We choose the targets, not the creature. And also, if we put it on our own creature, is like tap this creature, probably through attacking, and we lightning bolt people 1 turn at a time. Ooh, combo with Polyraptor, says Bell. When can we play AI-generated games with Robo Rosewater Commander decks? You can in the AI Discord. I have a link to their Discord in the description. If anyone wants to be part of the AI community, I have that all in the description. Enchant your Prodigal. No! You can't. That'll be dangerous to the Prodigal Sorcerer's health. It only has 1 toughness. Yeah, 3 damage for 3 repeatable damage. You can keep tapping every single turn. Unfortunately, it has to be on a creature, so you can't put it on a land. I guess you could put it on Arbor Elf, So you put it on Arbor Elf, you tap it for mana, and then you can deal your... Oh, no, but then it'll kill it. That doesn't work as well. Very, very, very unpleasant. Banger card, though. It's the most legal card so far. These cards are getting better and better. And by better and better, I mean more playable and playable the further we go down through the show. Yeah, it's an Enrage Enabler. This is creepy as hell. We got the Jekker. Okay, the Jekker. It is a it's not a cloud. It's a Clowl land. Jekker enters the battlefield with 2 charge counters on it. Very electrical Clowl. Tap, sacrifice Jekker. Jekker deals damage to any target equal to your starting life total. Oh my goodness. It can be done immediately. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's danger. Turn 1, tap, sacrifice, blow up my opponent, it's danger. And also, we're not done yet. Tap, sacrifice a Salgon, add 1 mana of any color, spend this mana only to foretell all cards in your hand. I don't even know if that even helps you. Yeah, I like to foretell everything from my hand onto the battlefield. What if they don't have a foretell cost? So they're just gonna sit there foretold? Yeah, old man yells at cloud, and for good reason. This is why they yelled at the clouds. It might deal 40 damage to them in 1 shot. It's like, I'm gonna take my turn. I play Jekker. Yeah, I tap, sacrifice it. I deal 40 damage to you. That's why you need life gain, people. You need to stay above 40. You never know when they're gonna play the Jekker. Why even sacrifice the Salgon? Just 40 something? You have to sacrifice Jekker to do that. So if you say that's a 1-shot combo, you don't get that again. And then you can't defend yourself against someone who's gonna have their own Jekker. You have to be prepared for the Jekker metagame. Can you gain life with this thing? You can also morph it for 5 mana. Yeah, you morph for 5 mana. It could be anything. It could be a Jekker. Yeah, randomly has morph for no reason. Morphing the lands. I would like to turn my Jekker face up. I guess you could, like, that would be a really good surprise attack. All you have to do is gain... Step 1, you have to gain a bunch of life. Get enough life, then the highest life total at the table. And then you Jekker them. Morph is the normal way to play it, yeah. The traditional way. If the opponent has Wasteland, that's a good way to do it. Yeah, if you can't one-shot anyone, you just have to morph this thing until the time is right. And then you're gonna get him. Behold my Jekker. That's right, who wants to get it? You? 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 My life total is higher than all of you. This is your brain on marijuana. Well, I can't verify that. A new member to the Power 9. Oh, God. From this show, this doesn't even break into the Power 50. Come on, this is... Actually, it might break into the Power 20. We got a lot of dangerous cards. This is like a turn 1 kill if your opponent hasn't had the opportunity to gain any life. So anyway, Jekker, too powerful, OP. Very, very OP. The Oath of Ennisted. It is a black 8 generic saga. Now, Chapter 1, you may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. Also, Chapter 2, you may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. I'm really scared. What on earth? Like, what? Question, everyone. What creatures do we have available that we couldn't even cast for 11 mana? Emrakul's? Is that all we have left in our hand? Emrakul, the Ion's Torn. Emrakul, the Promised End. Emrakul this, Emrakul that. Draco, perhaps? I mean, like, that's basically it. Progenitus? Oh, yeah, maybe Progenitus. Could get that Progenitus in there. Maybe your mana's not so good. Get some of those 5 mana cards out there, outside. Double Emrakuls. You know what? You know what's the strongest power in the universe? Not just 1 Emrakul, 2 Emrakuls. Coming straight at ya. Everything that costs 11 mana is basically it danger or overcosted. There is no in between. Okay, there's a third ability on this. We can exile this saga, then put Oath of Ennisted into its owner's library, third from the top. Ooh! We got a little bit of the second sun action going on here. We're reusing the, what is it, Rise? No, not Rise. Something of the second sun. The Return of the Second Sun. I don't remember this card name. It's basically a one-card win condition, but it's just, in this case, it's a way of, I don't know, getting extra value out of this. How many 11 drops do you have in your hand that you need to put this back in your library to recast it? Blightsteel is 12. There we go. Blightsteel. This is actually Zybers for the cost. You would play this, Thema? This is so expensive. I mean, unless you cheated this in play. I mean, okay, there's that. You could, like, replenish this onto the battlefield and start putting, you know, I don't know, 6 drops, 7 drops, and 8 drops from your hand onto the battlefield. Interesting ability to stack itself in the deck. That's exactly how it would work. Yeah, approach of the second Emrakul. Or the second Draco. That's also what would happen. That's also what could happen. Benovsky, good morning. Thank you very much for your super chat. If you're ready for AI Horizons, every day is AI Horizons. Well, yeah, we could also blink this thing. Would you have any cards left in your hand? Like, what do you have left? I guess what you can do is, this is just a means of, like, emptying your hand if you have a lot of cards in your hand. So, like, let's say you have 7 or 8 cards. You can, like, tap out to play one of them. And then you maybe have like another 8 drop or a 7 drop that you need more mana for. This is just essentially like 11 mana, you got more mana. So it'll be fair, you will cast 1 creature 1 turn at a fair cost, and then next turn you can cast 1 with mana, put 1 in play with the Oath. The Oath of the Enested. Is that even a real word? Enested Dictionary. I gotta look this up. No, as far as I'm concerned, the AI made this up. AI's like, that sounds like a word. The AI would be terrible at Scrabble. It takes so many gambles. Enested. But imagine it was up against another AI robot. That would be hilarious. The AI versus AI in Scrabble. That would be a hell of a match to watch. Just making up words, taking the triple word score every single turn. And no one's calling each other on it anyway. Who cares if it sounds like a word anyway? Yeah, exactly. Especially in Magic the Gathering. Wizards has made up quite a few words. They've done it before. Okay, this card is perfectly legal. I would never play the thing, but it's perfectly legal. We have the Archetype of Safety. Stop! We have a 2/3 bird. Every bird needs a job out there. Wow, look at this. If somehow all these signs and pylons didn't give you the message, there is a giant bird in a hard hat. Just letting you know, you gotta slow down. Wrong way. You gotta turn around. The road construction ahead. Okay, it's got flash. It's got flying. So votes for flying. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, you may untap Archetype of Safety. Oh, it's for 2 white mana. That's not bad. 2 mana. So actually, that's great. This is actually competitive. It is a 2 mana, 2/3 flash flying pseudo vigilance creature. It's incredibly doable. And for me, it's Zybers. I think this is a cool card. Doesn't interact very well. Is that a no bowling sign on the right? No. Where? On the right side? I don't see any no bowling. I don't know what a bowling sign would look like. It's a good legal card. It's very fair. Print and ship it today. This card is low-key busted. How are you going to break this card? You going to put in your Spirits deck, Spirit Squad? Oh, on the left? What part of the left is the right? Oh no, I think it's trying to yield everyone. There is bowling ahead. Yeah, look at this. This sign over here looks like someone about to, like, do a swing with bowling. Stop. There is a bowling match ahead of here, 20 feet. Give them time and space. When the bowling match is done, we'll clear the road and you can get through. Otherwise, you gotta go this way. Banger card. And it's a bit cute, too. I'm looking forward to the full art version. The Archetype of Safety is safe. Is safe with us. It bird, too. Oh, no. It's these cards again. Alright, this is where I gotta turn my head around. Okay, we got the Invasion of Rear Valshan. It is a blue 1 generic siege, and when it enters the battlefield, search your library for an enchantment card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Oh! Blue tutor for 2 mana. So you just ETB for 2 mana, get an enchantment. I'm sure there's people out there that would love this card. And it's also got Magma Jushi Port if you get rid of the defense. It's a 2/3 dog. Gonna go chase those birds. For 2 mana, discard a card. You gain 1 life for each creature you control. Actually, quite good. So you look for an enchantment card, you're up on cards, now you can discard a card and gain 1 life for everything that you have. It's a weird card in blue, though. Very, very, very weird card in blue. The backside sucks? Well, not if you're a token deck. Blue life gain, that's right. See, you see, David, some parts of the color pie that are desperate for some effects that other parts of the color pie normally get. So maybe if you're a blue creature-based deck, you might want a little bit of life gain for 2 mana. Ed's Oath of the Enested, at least, yeah. Yeah, we can tutor up the Oath of the Enested with this. And then we can gain life with all the creatures we have in play. All those Emrakuls. And now for my final trick, we will attack the invasion of Rear Valation with Emrakul. Probably you will sacrifice it to the Annihilator trigger. I get Magma Jushi Port, and I will discard a card to gain 1 life. You didn't see any of that. And that is a nice throw. That was the greatest play of all time. Color Pie fell off. Oh, Color Pie fell off a long time ago. Ship it because it's surprisingly not broken. It's also surprisingly legal. I'm surprised we got through both halves of this card, and there's actually nothing wrong with it. It's actually quite good. So, all right, we're gonna give that's a pass. They don't control it. They can't sack it. Really? All right, well, then we're just gonna have to whack it for 15 damage with Emrakul. I mean, it's going down one way or another. Spirit Squad out here trying to break this thing. Seems good. Look for Bridge from Below for 2. Has to have insane potential with really any shell. And then we can discard it. The only thing we look for it, we can immediately discard it with the Magma Jushi Port. And by immediately, I mean after we've blown it up. After we destroy it. We have lovely plains. We've got land! Literally, the enchantment called... I thought it was going to be a creature. Okay, we have land, the enchantment. The movie, the game. Alright, it is a black 1 generic enchantment. Whenever a creature with power 2 or less, destroy it. No! Whenever you are being, you are blown up. Just forget about it. If you have power 2 or less, you cease to exist. Yeah, just destroy it. Actually, hold on. Now I'm trying to figure out, what are we destroying? Are we destroying land or the creature? I think it's just the creature. Whenever a creature with power 2 or less, destroy it. All creatures. If you ever become power 2 or less, so it's very important to be big in this world. The bears took to the sky and sea as the land betrayed them. Yes, indeed. All the grizzly bears are gone. What the hell is this? I guess the theme is the land is consuming anything that's small. If you're a dinosaur, that's fine. You're going to survive. It's a tough world out there. It's a dog-eat-dog world. Or it's a land-eat-dog world out here. Is there a card called It? No, I don't know. Never heard of it. Combined with Wither? Periphery nodes? Not quite. Because this land will stay on the battlefield perpetually. I think it would mention the card name if it destroyed itself. Yeah, you would destroy itself, or it. Can I add this to my hand of a rampant growth? No, it is technically an enchantment. The card type is enchantment. The name's land. Enchantment land. Should be on enchantment. Yeah, that would make a little too much sense. Not the Zilla. That would make a little too much sense. Anyway, it don't grammar. Not very well. It's a little ambiguous. It could be mentioning destroying itself, although we don't think it does. Yeah, board it to the Urank. To the Urank with this thing. And maybe the fleshes will be reached there. Okay, we got Quirion, the Mage Equip for a Black 4 generic. It is a star 4 human wick. Like what, the candle? It's got ward 4. And whenever you cast a red spell, comma, at the beginning of your end step, each player searches their library for any number of cards, put them into your hand, then shuffle. This ability triggers only once each turn. Okay, hold on. Does this sentence just end with no period? I think the sentence is just a run-on sentence that does absolutely nothing. And then we start a new paragraph here. At the beginning of your end step, each player searches their library for any number of cards, put them into your hand, then shuffle. This ability triggers only once each turn. What the hell? Including yourself. Okay, so this absolutely does... Oh, I was trying to figure out, like, why would your opponents even want to search their library for put anything into your hand? Maybe you have to gang up on someone at the table, or maybe if using opposition agent, you control their searching, and then you force them to search up 7 cards and put them into your hand. Yeah, this just adds everyone's library to your hand. That's right. Any number of cards. Just pass it up here, fellas. You gotta send them this way. Cough it up. Free donation to them. Technically, they can give their entire libraries at once. Yeah, okay, here's your library. Okay, this plus opposition agent. It's broken. Absolutely broken. Just win the game on the spot, effectively. Okay, and it also has a transformation. For a Phyrexian and 4 generic, transform Quirion the Mage Equip. Activate only as a sorcery. We have Tezzeret. Tezzeret is back again. First a bear, now a rabble summoner. It comes back as a legendary enchantment. That looks like a sentient being of some sort. Okay, +2. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a card with the chosen names and untap it. -1. You may put 2 +1/+1 counters on each golem you control. And -9. Creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain haste until end of turn. That is the absolutely saddest ultimate I've seen. Go through all this work for a -9. Creatures you control get like this crappiest anthem. Oh yeah, great. It's got haste now. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a card with the chosen name and untap it. That's terrible. You can't even tap this thing. It's an enchantment. Completely pointless. Then that one person plays a card, gives their spells flash, then plays Thoracle right before their draw step. That works too. What was that sound effect? Oh, you mean the Titanic meme sound effect? I always hate it when I have a tapped card in my hand and my opponent plays Tezzeret. Exactly. It has no loyalty. Not yet. You gotta push it up. You gotta keep playing that +2. You get that +2, you spend 5 turns, you can invest yourself in that -9. Not that it's any good, in my opinion. Benovsky's got the idea. We're shredding the Tez. We're shredsies the Tedsies. Alright, you heard that music? That means it is time to thank our sponsors. FusionGamingOnline.com. What's the deal of the week this week? Where's the fine deal? We save 15% off all booster packs, whether it be from Flesh and Blood, Lorcana, Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, or Yu-Gi-Oh! Also, don't forget, Modern Horizons 3 coming out to a store near you, or not near you, like FusionGamingOnline.com, but that's okay, because they ship internationally. You buy from Fusion Gaming, and they'll get you your hot singles ready for you. They'll still be packed fresh. You'll smell the glue on it, and they'll be nice and warm. I actually can't validify that's actually going to happen. But I tell you what can happen when you use coupon code Nikachu at checkout. You get 5% off all your purchases, including your Modern Horizons 3 cards. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place for renting Magic cards online. You like looking at fake cards all day, but you might even want to play with the real cards and play any deck, any format, any time that you want. When you're playing with Mana Trader, when you're renting with Mana Traders and playing with those cards on Magic Online, you can support the channel using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 10% off your first 2 months using coupon code Nikachu_7LH. Gonna go back to the insanity. All right, how many what is with all the Tezzeret cards today? So many Tezzeret cards. I don't get it. Zarthar is like, hot singles. That's right, hot singles. You got that right. Remember, for each super chat, we will look at one extra card at the after the 1 hour mark. Traitor's Sprint Bear. Traitor? What's going on here? I betray you, goblin. Okay, it's a 2/2. Oh no, hold on. Who's the traitor? Traitor's Sprint Bear? I can't tell who... Okay, the creature's a goblin, so it has to be this. It's really... Just not understanding the lore here. Traitor is a great name for this. Traitor. Traitor's Sprint Bear enters the battlefield tapped, and Traitor's Sprint Bear as a creature and has Shroud. Traitor's Sprint Bear as a creature and has Shroud. Chaos has ensued. I don't get this. I don't get it. Haste and tapped is an interesting combo. Yes. Well, it doesn't have haste, does it? It's called sprint. Sprint is not haste. It doesn't actually say haste anywhere. You would think it has haste. It looks like the bear has haste. This should be like a dual partner thing, where you've got the goblin and you got the bear. It heard itself in confusion. Yeah, the idea of haste and tap would be funny as hell. I'm sure it's not. Is it the first line? Traitor's Sprint Bear enters the battlefield tapped. Traitor's Sprint Goblin. Oh, haste! That's right, actually. Oh, that's absolute garbage. I mean, we have so we need Amulet of Vigor. Yeah, I totally missed that. Actually, it literally does have haste. Nikachu is completely blind. Haste is right there. Sometimes I just can't see those things. So, you know, those small words on the card, I ignore them. I gotta stick to the big words. Okay, yeah, haste. So, I mean, it was ready for the race. Unfortunately, there's the battlefield tapped. So you gotta slow down there, goblin. Not so fast. Gotta pace yourself. Haste makes waste. Have you ever read The Tortoise and the Hare? You okay? You want coffee? Don't worry, I got my coffee. Sometimes you can never have enough coffee though. You like the art? I don't mind the art either. The art is good stuff. Ecos with the super chat. Thank you so much. Enchantments with Planeswalker abilities is possible due to Miracle, Lord of Bones. If you change the Planeswalker into creatures, so technically valid. Absolutely. Anything can have Planeswalker abilities and use them. Comes with Amulet of Vigor. That's what we need. Does this help with Spelunking? No, Spelunking I think only affects the lands. The Gobbo, yeah, it is a Gobbo and a bear. The art looks more like a fight sorcery or a token generator. I think it looks like a partner. Anyway, the card doesn't make sense. So I don't know how the Sprint Bear as a creature has Shroud. I mean, they're just, that's just like taking a bunch of words from the English language, shuffling them up, and then, you know, spewing it onto the battlefield and see what happens. Haste and tapped, it tripped. It tripped indeed. Thank you very much, Miyuki. Okay, yeah, I'm disqualifying this damn thing. We're not printing this card. That's one grizzly bear that didn't grizzly very well. I could not bear that bear card, which was actually a goblin. Okay, we have the 7 mana Obistai Grande. It is an artifact. Obistai Grande attacks each combat if able, and if I look at the power and toughness, not a very big creature. In fact, not a creature at all. So we have to animate this. How do we animate this? What, with like animate artifact or something? There's animate artifact, animate. There's stuff out there. Don't worry, artifact. You look like just some sort of monument. We'll get you in that red zone. We can do it. We have the technology. Yeah, it does nothing very hard. It's just, except sit there. Okay, at the beginning of your upkeep, if a player has more life than each other player, the player who controls the most wizards gains control of Obistai Grande. So, Do you have to have the most wizards and the most life? So at the beginning of your upkeep, if a player has more life than each other player, which there's going to be, well, I mean, there's not always one. I mean, at the beginning of the game, nobody has more life than everyone else. The player who controls the most wizards gains control of Obestai Grande. I get it. Okay. So if there's one person with more life than anyone else, whoever has the most wizards on the battlefield will gain control of this thing. It doesn't Zyber. Oh, it does not spark joy, Toilet Duck. Make it a 7/7 with car. Ooh, now you're thinking. Quantum Bandit, you're thinking. Yeah, just most wizards. I love how it only triggers when one player has the most life, but it goes to the wizard. Yeah. It might be the same person. You never know. Rise and shine, Obestai Grande. I have more wizards. I take the rock. Which must attack each combat if able. A very strong counter to life gain wizards that don't want to control artifacts. Miyuki, so players must not have equal life to each other, then the player with the most wizards gains the card. No, it's anyone who has the highest life total can't have the same life total as someone else. Grande means big in Spanish. So we got the Obestai big. Very big Obestai. Is this like another translation? Obestai Rihanna Grande? Am I missing something with the Obestai? It's like a short form for another word in a language I don't speak. This card is as exciting as a flavorless game. It literally does nothing. And it cost us 7 mana. 7 mana for this rock that does absolutely nothing at all. Sounds like a pop star name like Aria Grande. Yeah, it's possible. Is there a life difference? Go to Wizards to figure out the amount of difference. They laughed at me, says the remix. They laughed at me when I made my Wizard Lifelink Commander deck. Yeah, now who's laughing now? This technically is legal. There's nothing wrong with this card. I would never play it. It would be the last. You'd be crazy to second last pick this thing in a draft. This is worse than a basic land. This goes in a tier worse than basic land. Yeah, print, it's legal. It's hard for the AI to make legal cards. It has a below 50% batting average, for crying out loud. Criminar's Fallen. Criminar's Fallen. It's a blue kindred sorcery. Counter target spell that targets you, and you also draw a card. That's great. Oh, sorry, it's a creature spell. How does that work? How many creatures target upon cast? Because it will do nothing if it's an ETB trigger. Like, if it's Thought-Knot Seer, like, you can't do anything. Needs flash. Oh, it's sorcery too. Oh god. I hate counter spells, but this one's okay. Yeah, for anyone who hates counter spells, the one that operates at sorcery speed is good in your book. It can't counter squat. It's actually dead on arrival. Negates the new Ulamog the Defiler. Well, it doesn't even do that. We need Quicken so we can cast our spells at instant speed. Okay, here's counter target creature spell that target. We can't even play this unless we have a target. This is god awful. I'm gonna pull out the Titanic sound effect for this one. No, it says we have to counter the spell, so the card needs to be on the stack. Otherwise, it does absolutely nothing. Yeah, Magitrates would put a discount on that one. So at Fusion Gaming Online. In fact, Fusion Gaming might just want you to take these things for free. Criminar's Fallen and he can... Oh yeah, Criminar's Fallen and can't get up. It's called Criminar's Fallen. The creature card you give as he comes into play, then you gain a creature they control. Anyway, this card just basically doesn't work, period. The Eldrazi on cast are triggers, creature abilities, not the spell itself. Yeah, but it needs to target us. There are a lot of Eldrazi, like it's counter target creature spell that targets you. This is insanely narrow. Like, how many creatures target you on cast? None? Maybe nothing. And it's not, and even if it was an instant, so like even if it was an instant, this is unplayable. I mean, you have any idea how feel bad this card would be if someone played like, I don't know, the 1 or 2 creature cards that had a cast trigger that targeted you, and then you play, I don't know, play Quicken, and finally someone's like, oh, I've got just the card for this. Quicken, draw a card. Criminar's Fallen, got him. Absolutely got him. Doesn't Fury target on cast? No, Fury target. Well, first off, Fury doesn't target you. They target your creatures. But second, Fury targets on ETB. That's the difference. Grief also targets on ETB. None of those are on cast. So when Grief enters the battlefield and targets you, it's not a creature spell anymore. It's a creature card. So you can't counter it. Were there some super chats? There was one super chat that got moved to today. There was one. I'll try to remember. It can't counter. It's a sort. No, well, we're assuming it. We can cast at instant speed. Anyway, this card does counter target spell. Well, it's useless. They would never. I don't think there's a single counter spell that's a sorcery in this game. Can't counter on cast abilities since they're not the spell. It's just a trigger. That's a good question too. Truest Rixian. I wonder if that would work. Yeah. Moving on. We got the Phyrexian Blitzering. Alright. Ready, set, go. This is a green 3 generic saga. Now, chapter 1. Phyrexian Blitzering deals 5 damage to each opponent. That's that's actually a lot of damage for 4 mana. So basically 4 mana deal 15. Then chapter 2, create 3 1/1 white human warrior creature tokens. And these abilities have nothing to do with each other. Nothing at all. What does the Phyrexians have to do with like 3 humans? And out from the Phyrexian war came out 3 humans. And it was good. Okay, this is very doable. It is a rare Banovsky, it is. A bit underwhelming. I think it's okay. 5 damage. I mean, I guess in a 60 card Magic it would suck. Good card. Definitely not green, and super not Phyrexian. Yeah, only Phyrexian in name. Creates humans. Since when were the Phyrexians so quick anyway? Oh, from the set. Planar Chaos 2, Electric Boogaloo. Not that Zilla likes the art though. Alright, we give it a pass. It's good enough. Okay, music. Chainerid. It is a black aura with enchant creature. Cumulative upkeep. Draw a card. Each opponent draws a card. Holy moly! This could be like insane. So for 3 mana, you put this on a creature. Everyone gets to draw a card every turn, but cumulative upkeep, I get to draw a lot of cards. We are going to really cash in on this thing. So the first turn we draw 1, then we draw 2, then 3, then 4. Yeah, I mean, it only works so long as this thing stays on something. It's such a weird card. Bring in the music. All right, everyone, sit in a circle. I'm going to play some tunes all night. Yeah, we all benefit from this. That's turbo magic for you. Shieldred Bowmasters want big time. That is an interesting concept, not gonna lie. Yes. Cumulative upkeep, drawing the cards. This could get really out of hand, like in a big way. I wonder, would anyone like go to kill the creature? You can put it on someone else's creature. It doesn't matter. You control the enchantment. Stick that on Shieldred the Apocalypse and it's super danger. I don't think that'd be a good idea. I think you need to put this on a creature that's indestructible. You have to diversify your cards, because otherwise everyone's just going to destroy your Shieldred, right? So you're actually best off to put this on an indestructible creature that's not going to die, or something with hexproof or something. Would it be better as an enchantment that draws each player more cards each turn? It is an enchantment. Opponents also get more draws. Yeah, they only get 1 draw, though. It just says each opponent just draws, like, 1 card. But, yeah, this has big potential. Big time Zybers. Very big time Zybers. Everyone gets more cards each turn because the second line isn't separate from the cumulative upkeep. That's correct. So it's basically Howling Mine for all, Super Howling Mine for you. And Narset Notion Thief. Why does everyone mention Notion Thief? Oh, does Notion Thief... Oh, maybe Notion Thief says if you draw extra cards, yeah, you put that many cards back on top of your library. Just don't put it on that card. Can opponent choose not to draw it? Nope. It says each opponent draws a card, so you must draw that card. All right, you're gonna draw a card. And you're gonna like it. It is Super Howling Mine in black. Everyone draws the same amount as... No, I don't think they draw as many as you. It says cumulative upkeep, draw a card. Each opponent... Oh, is that what everyone means? Oh, it's all in the same line. So cumulative upkeep, I draw a card. And then each opponent draws a card. But because everyone draws a card, like, it keeps doubling that effect. Ah, I see. So basically, we're all... All right, boys and girls, we are drawing tons of cards. It's a party. I'm gonna host the music Chinrid, and everyone's invited. Yeah, I agree. What a weird cumulative upkeep. It felt like it was two separate lines, but it appears that it is all part of one line. You draw first, so you deck out first. Well, you just have to have a backup plan. You just need one of them somethings. Dump something in the graveyard. Save yourself. Like not Emrakul because that's banned in Commander, but like what Blightsteel Colossus, I guess. Cumulative upkeep is optional for you though. That is true. I mean, the option is you don't pay it and then you sacrifice it, right? Just mill opponent, or they might come mill you. In comes Jin Gataxias to reduce your opponent's hand size by 7. You thought I was just gonna give you all these cards for nothing, huh? No, instead, Jin Gataxias. Boom. Yeah, the amusing, chicanery? Not familiar. If you don't have enough cards to draw, this card will be destroyed because you can't fulfill the upkeep cost. Oh, yeah, that's true. So make sure you don't have exactly the number. I mean, you just... If it's gonna threaten to kill you, just don't draw the cards. Like, what are you gonna do with... I mean, this is the ultimate Reliquary Tower deck. Make sure you have Reliquary Tower so that you can keep all the cards that you draw. Okay. I think this is a cool card. They absolutely can print it. Super pass. I love it. We got a bit of an anime card here. All right. It is a Turek Twister. It is a white 1/1 Kithkin. And Turek Twister. It does what it says. It also has Turek Twister in hand. It should have been Enchantment Creature Turek Twister or something like that. Eggy Potts is like... It is what it is. That is exactly right. It is as advertised. Arrives, Turek Twisters, refuses to elaborate. Hello, I am Turek Twister. What do you do? Turek Twister. I guess if we knew what the ability was. You know, a long time ago, people's names were based on, like, what they did. So, you know, the word smith, this was like not a locksmith, but, like a metalsmith, a smithin or whatever, and that's hence how they got named. I don't know what a Turek Twister is. Maybe what it is behind them right now, but maybe that is what they're named after. Churro Twister would have been a great name. Not familiar. I do love the art. The art is great. This is a very nice. Is it a dance move? I'm gonna do the Turek Twister around you. And it will summon a vortex to suck you up. The Kithkin loves the Time Twister or the Turek Twister. Maybe it's like make one churro token and then you do the twist dance. It's possible. Looks like a war anime planes. Oh, war of... is that an acronym? Looks like the war anime planeswalkers. Background looks like Time Spiral. Well, whatever. This card does technically nothing, because we don't know what it actually does, so... Sorry, Trick Twister. You can twist off somewhere else. Oh, you were mentioning the War of the Spark. But the Trick Twister is not a Planeswalker. KFC Twister flavor? I don't know. I don't eat at KFC anymore. You know, I made an order. I made 2 separate orders at a KFC online with Skip the Dishes. And, like, they got my order... In both times, they got my order, like, 2 hours later. And I'm like... I already bought my food from a competitor. That took too long to take my order. Anyway. I have no problem buying from KFC so long as I'm not ordering online. Their online service is garbage. Okay, Kanza, King of Dadclaw, the Ascendant Angular. It is a white 1/1 halfling scientist. We have more Kithkins, basically. At the beginning of your end step, for each creature you control, exile any number of other creatures on the battlefield. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Let me read that one again. At the beginning of your end step, for each creature you control, exile... What do you mean for each creature I control, I can exile whatever the hell I want? That's insane! It's danger! That's completely wild. For each creature, just exile anything. Well, I have 1 creature on the battlefield. I've got the Kanza. That's it. Once you go Kanza, everything's exiled. Whenever a creature dealt damage by Kanza this turn would die. Put it on the bottom of its owner's library, then create a 0/2 blue crab creature token. That's a cool effect. I like that idea. I don't know how many creatures are gonna die and Kanza lives through combat. I don't know, Kobold. Maybe a an Ornithopter if you somehow buff up the Kanza. Also, you have tap. Kanza phases out. Weird. It's giving me... What's that red creature that, like, whenever you target it disappears? It gives me those sort of vibes right now. Kanza, yeah. Kanza pieces out. Alright, I exile everything. I'm gone. Boom. So long, suckers. It can even phase out to protect itself from removal, I know. Nor in the Wary, yeah. This is very Nor in the Wary-like. Except it's white. And a single mana. And is a scientist. So preoccupied with whether or not he did not stop to think if he should. The blue crab gets to stay here. Yeah, at the beginning of your end step, for each creature you control, exile any number of other creatures on the battlefield. Anyway, that's broken. Just way too broke. That's insane. Basically, the way it's worded is like, if you have 1 creature on the battlefield, you can exile as much stuff as you want. It's not like, and even if it didn't say that, even if it said, exile for as many creatures as you have on the battlefield, that's still bonkers. Just exile the best thing with just a singular creature on the battlefield. If you have more creatures, you just wipe out everyone's board over and over again. Yeah, Batman was a scientist. So is Frodo, apparently. There's someone in his family. Super Graveyard Hate. With protection. I don't see the Graveyard Hate. I mean, obviously you take creatures and dump them into the graveyard, but... Yep, you just make tokens. He really can. Oh, we pulling out the puns here, huh? You're funny. You're being funny around here. Oh, I missed a bunch of super chats. I got one from Miyuki. Vote for Deeply. It's probably too late for that one. I have no idea where the hell that came from. Oh, and we have another super chat from Is This One. Thank you very much for your super chat, because each super chat will extend the show by another card. Even as an ETB, which gives the creatures back when it's removed, it would be bonkers. Yeah, to hell with this card. Sorry, King of Dadclaw, Ascendant Angular. You can ascend somewhere else. Okay, we got the On Snamma is a red 2 generic 3/3 human rogue with Cascade. And it's got Rebound. Whoa! That's a lot of value. Okay, so Cascade is going to trigger. And you get like... how does Rebound work on a creature? Doesn't even make sense. Is there even a singular, like, rebound creature? If you cast this spell from your hand, exile it as it resolves. So, oh, I guess we just get one free Cascade. At the beginning of your next end upkeep, you may cast this card from exile without paying its mana cost. So, effectively, we get 2 Cascades with this. That's actually pretty cool. You basically spend 3 mana, you get to Cascade. You Cascade into a card. It's got Rebound, goes into Rebound. If I understand correctly, it's going to come off to Rebound. You cast it again, and you Cascade again. This time, you get to keep the card, and you get a random 3/3. It's basically like double Cascade. Yeah, Cascade turn 1, get the creature, and Cascade turn 2. No, turn 2, you Cascade again and get a creature. Yeah, it's better Bloodbraid Elf. We can rebuild her. Better, stronger. Better than, and more dangerous than ever before. It's barely a creature. It's literally a creature. It spells Mama Swan if you unscramble it, is it? Maybe it is a swan. Then unsummon it and do it again. Or even split with one of those spells that you have. Blink it. No, blinking doesn't work. Yeah, you have to unsummon it, bring it back. How strong is a 3-drop double Cascade? In a Rhino's deck, it might be pretty strong. It probably... No, not probably. This absolutely would get banned in competitive Magic. I think both Modern and Legacy. Because it would put, like... It would put 18 power worth of Rhinos on the battlefield. We get 2 Rhinos first. And then next turn, you got to deal with more Rhinos. Just absolutely disgusting value. And it's a 3/3 creature. I mean, it's Shardless Agent on steroids. And that card is debatably, like, completely nuts. So, this probably has to also be banned. This probably... Okay, maybe for Commander, this is fine. This is probably a doable card for Commander. I don't know how you break this card super hard. But it's definitely bannable in 60-card Magic. So, I guess we'll give it a pass. We'll yeah. Ship it. Mordrek has the idea. We're going to ship it and then ban it in the appropriate formats. Simple as that. Enjoy it in Commander. Ooh, this is a cool card. Nice full art one. I thought it was a dragon. It's actually a Hydra. Are there Hydra dragons out there? It would make some sense to me. Okay, we got the Sky Craven of the Mage Anther. Huh? Sky Craven of the Mage Anther. It is a 6/6 Hydra with trample, and it's got more for 4 mana. Whenever Sky Craven of the Mage Anther deals combat damage to a player, you create a 4/4 green elemental creature token. Whenever a land card is put into your graveyard from anywhere, shuffle it into its owner's library. You shuffle your land? So basically your... Oh, it has no mana cost. It's got nothing. So we have to morph it in play, actually. Use with previous card. It has a null mana cost. Oh, you mean, yeah. Do we cast this nothing with the land that taps for nothing? Maybe that makes some sense now. All of a sudden, we've got nothing mana to cast our nothing cards. There are so many cards in this AI world where the mana cost is like, there is no mana cost. Yeah, so we need to morph. Well, we can get it in play with Ether Vial on 0. Not as foretold. Yeah, as foretold will also work for this thing. Oh yeah, we could Cascade into this. That's true. We could Cascade. Just gotta pull out our Snamma. On Snamma into the Sky Craven of the Mage Anther. That's a combo. What else can we do? No, we could, of course, just morph the thing. It actually looks like how you're just... For once, there is a free card that we can literally cast. Usually, like, we have to jump through hoops to cast these uncastable cards, but for the first time, they actually give us a route to doing it. So you can morph it, I guess, for 3, and then unmorph it for 4. Yeah, morph cost to enter. AI loves instant vial value. Yeah. Yeah, Eureka can get this thing in play as well. It's got some anti-mill tack, like, you know, you sack your land to fetch, and the land immediately goes back into the deck. Keep that deck nice and big, nice and thick. Okay, it's a cool card. I'm sure there's some Hydra players out there that would love this card. All right, let's go through our super chats. For each super chat, we look at an extra card. Thanks, JV, for your super chat. And we will take a look at the Thrill Fist. Thrill Fist is an 8-mana legendary artifact with lifelink. That's it. Damage dealt by this creature. It's very debatably a creature. It's also very loosely describing this as a creature. Causes you to gain that much life. As her 8, cause to fight again. There are festive. Then that does not spend older, ye fled. But in shot to fall, the cube of mists all yearn, and the place will fall in. Well, it's not going to fall in very fast. This is a very mighty fist, but actually goes nowhere. Still printable. Well, yes, maybe, I guess. Karn from Urza Saga combo. Yeah, I guess you could animate this thing with any Karn. Or maybe not any Karn. The Karn, the Great Creator. It's ornamental. You play this to make your opponent feel bad. Yeah, I'm so dominating you. I'm going to play a Thrill Fist just for the laughs. Just to assert dominance here. Thaminos, this is a family-friendly show. We're trying to keep it clean around here. Trying to keep it clean, and Thaminos has a dirty mind around here. Where you get these ideas from, Thaminos? What are you doing? That looks very painful. Oh, so that's where Doomfist's Gauntlet went. Yeah, it went to the Thrill Fist. It's a legendary. There's only one of these. Only one. Better than the Obstinate Grande from earlier. That is true. It is better than the Obstinate Grande. No, didn't the Grande cost like 7 mana? So at least like if we animate it with like Karn the Great Creator, it will be active earlier than this thing will. Tinker, Target, and Vintage. What are you gonna do with this? Can be your commander. Can it? No, this one can't. It's a legendary artifact, but it's not a creature. Yeah, it did cost. Yeah, it did cost 7. Oh my god, is that an AI hand with normal fingers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, it did it perfectly. Yeah, I was getting better. Before you know it, everything will have the right fingers. Oh yeah, the Obstinate Grande loses to the Wizard deck. No equip cost? It's not even an equipment. It's just a lifelink artifact. If animated, it will get in the red zone. There's no power and toughness yet. Okay, whatever. It's doable. No one will play the damn thing, but it is doable. Flavor text is not so doable. Alright, this is coming from Benovsky. Thank you very much, Benovsky. We've got Smike Wood Cowsill Hunt. It is a 6 generic 3/2 construct with flying. Trade for its. That is the ability. You trade for its. Now, whole other creatures you control, not partial. You know, like, what is that? Like, there's like Little Girl from the Unglued set. That's only like half a creature. No, we want whole creatures around here. Whole other creatures you control enter the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. I wonder if that's offending like the creatures that are like 0/0s. So it comes into play as like a 0/0. And technically it should just die. But it's not giving it a +1/+1 counter for being a 0/0 creature. Oh yeah, this card votes for flying. Votes for flying. Also for 1 tap, create a 7/7 green and white elk spirit creature token with lifelink. That's a pretty sick ability, to be honest. That's great. 7/7 lifelink for 1. It Borkin. Well, it's not that broken. You cost 6 to get it in play. There's so much incidental like creature and artifact hate if it gets hit by both sides. But I only have half. Oh, toads. Okay, this is the Tinker target. Make 7/7s. This is honestly even the best. You keep talking about Tinker targets. Tinker is like banned. Not only is Tinker banned, there's like there's better cards to go get even if you have access to Tinker. Ooh, Agatha's Soul Cauldron fodder. So you discard this card, eat it up with Agatha's Soul Cauldron, give the ability to another creature in play, and start spewing out some 7/7s. Making them some white elks out there. Oko would be proud. Limited bomb, but probably wouldn't see play otherwise. Oh, believe me, in Commander, anything can see play. All right, this is a cool card. Oh, wait a minute, sorry. This trade for its disqualifies it, because that doesn't specify what the hell that is. Trade for its? Is there an its card that you can swap? Wouldn't that be like a neat ability? You've got a card in play, and you could just swap for another very specific card. That would be a neat ability. I think it'd be very, very cool. Yeah, trade for its. Okay, next card. What is this, some sort of Inception? Anyway, this is brought to us by Zarthur. Thank you so much, Zarthur. We got the Wrath of Souls. Okay, we have a red 2 generic 4/3 wall. It is a green 3 tap. Look at the top card of your library. If it's a danger, you may put it onto the battlefield. If it's a permanent card. Judge! Does its danger? Put that, guys. And if it is, I can put that card onto the battlefield, and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. What do you mean the rest? I remember this episode. Whenever you cast a spell, you win the game. I don't even remember any of these shows. We've been doing this for years now. Yeah, if it dangers, it's Cybers. Funny, if it's a danger, you may put it onto the battlefield as a permanent. Put that card onto the battlefield. That's funny. It said we put it onto the battlefield twice. Midnight Axe definitely a dangers. Yeah, this card definitely a dangers. Therefore, we can put it onto the battlefield. But I need the judge to confirm. A danger might depend on the context of the game. Okay, the first day of the world has End Your Mind. Talara, Elvish Soldier. The first day of the world has End Your Mind. Welcome to the real world. Yeah, it even uses clickbait art. Well, I mean, they made the art here. This art was, not all the art is done by the AI. Non-permanents get put to the bottom. Probably. Judge needs to check all Nikachu AI videos to check if we voted it as danger or not. Yeah, I'm the danger in this capacity. Well, anyway, that doesn't make any sense. But if it so like it's and if it gets on the battlefield, we admit that it dangers. It's completely broken. The AI is aware of Nikachu. This is a message. Yeah, it's coming for me. Maybe we can be I can be linked to the hive mind one day. They are appreciating my very early contribution or like my very early adaptation to their species. Okay, Miyuki. We're gonna look at Moria Vanguard. Is a black 2 generic 3/3 spirit with flying. When Moria Vanguard enters the battlefield, return up to any number of cards from all graveyards to their owner's hands. Oh! So this plus self-mill, that will equal a lot of cards. Yeah, it's actually sick art. It's probably broken. Everyone has access to this though. Up to any, only up to infinite. So let's say enters the battlefield, return up to any number of cards from all graveyards to their owner's hands. So enters the battlefield, return up to any number. Oh, do I choose? I can't tell if I get to choose if my opponent's cards go back to their hand or they get to choose. Return any number of cards from all. No, I guess I get to choose. Yeah, so I could be like, okay, I'm going to take my 20 cards. You guys get nothing. You guys get nothing. Good day, sir. Ship it so that I can figure out how to break it. So obviously, well, I mean, it's just a one-sided card advantage spell as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, you're choosing. If it was like everyone gets to bounce their stuff back to their hand, that would be sweet. That would actually be a really, really good card. But the fact that you get to control what they get to put in their hand, well, that's broken. It's probably too strong. Way too strong. This is a nifty Balrog. I've put the stuff they were trying to cheat into their hand. Just Bajuka Bog before casting. No, I mean, you get to control. You could just tell them to choose. They're not allowed to have anything in their hand. Dredge player's Bane. Oh yeah, you could put all the Dredge cards back into their hand. Well, I mean, it's too easy to put them back into the graveyard. It's probably not going to be that big of a deal. In fact, there's a point where you'll put like 10 cards in their hand and then we'll just discard it to hand size, right? I think this is just a little too strong. Okay, hold on. There was a super chat from yesterday given to me in advance. I can't remember the person who gave it to me, but thank you very much. And we will donate that super chat, so before I forget, to the word Dima. It is a blue, green, black, 2 generic, 2/2 creature that... It's a 2/2 hippite. You know, it's very hard to pronounce these words. It's a Dima, it's a Dma, or Dmog. And we also have, it's a hippite, or whatever the hell it is. Coffee and Buns read the name and says ship it. Okay, at the beginning of your end step, destroy target non-land permanent. That's probably just completely fair. Okay, I'll just blow up one thing at the beginning of my end step. So I blow up your creature, I blow up your creature, I blow up your creature. But only once a turn. That's what the word Edema does. Alright, this is easy pass. This also looks... You could also use it as your commander, I guess. Anyone playing the wordy for their commander? Okay, next up. Ecos, thank you very much for your super chat. And for that, we will... take a look at Card Glen Dire. Dire Strike. It is a red 2 generic. Chapter 1, Card Glen Dire Strike deals 3 damage to target player or planeswalker. And it does that again. So it's basically Lightning Bolt. 4 mana, you get to Lightning Bolt somebody, and you get to do it twice. And then, chapter, this is not even a chapter. Where the hell is this? How do we even get to this part? I don't get it. We have a Planeswalker ability for 0. Search your library for a card. Put that card into your hand, then shuffle. Does it just have this ability at all times? It's a passive? So basically, we play this for 4 mana, and then for 0, search our library for a card. Put it into our hand. It's like Demonic Tutor. It's 4 mana Demonic Tutor that we can use twice, because we'll have this... Oh no, we can only use it once. So we get to use it on Chapter 1, but by Chapter 2, we'll have to sacrifice it. If it comes with no loyalty counters, but it costs nothing, does it matter? It does matter. Yeah, we can. I'm pretty sure that we can activate it. Interesting. It's just red Demonic Tutor that also deals 6 damage, incidentally, for some reason. Doesn't tap? Well, why would it tap? That's a Planeswalker ability, for crying out loud. Doesn't go away after Chapter 2. Yes, it will go away after Chapter 2, so you can only activate it once. So this is a one and done card, okay? It's a one and done. Assume the loyalty ability is built in. Nope, yeah, it's built in addition to its chapters. I wonder what, one day they could make a really messed up enchantment creature with saga tokens and a planeswalker ability. I mean, that's definitely within the rules and cards of the game. You can remove the lore counters though. Ooh, Alexander. 5-headed. Make a planeswalker a creature. Make this a creature. Give this to the planeswalker creature. Yeah, but basically you can demonic tutor for the card that would remove counters from a card. Can you stop on your upkeep to activate 2 times? No, you can't. No, unfortunately, planeswalker abilities are sorcery speed. You gotta be slow. Broken with solemnity. Yeah, that's possible. Oh, so yeah, solemnity. Like, we don't get to add counters again. Just, we're just gonna have infinite demonic tutoring. Well, like, a demonic tutor every single turn. Or move the loyalty counters onto something else. No, it's not the loyalty counters that we're worried about. We need to remove the lore counters. The lore counters are what's gonna kill this thing. I think this is cool. I think this is really cool. I don't know if this is in red, but I mean, dealing damage is in red. It's a pretty neat card. Yeah, proliferate it to death. Yeah, if someone could do that, I guess. So when it gets its chapter token, you can, with the trigger on the stack, you, oh no, you'd never get priority. Yeah, so it'd like go to you can't proliferate when it has 0 counters on it, but then when it gets its counter, the person with card Glen Dire Strike can activate it immediately, go get their card, but then you could proliferate to get rid of it before the player has a chance to get rid of the counters. What happens when a saga has 0 lore counters? Well, we mean what happens when it has 0 lore counters. It never oh, 0. What happens when a saga has 0 lore counters? Then it will get its lore counter at the next turn. That's actually a good question. Would it? I think as a saga enters and after your draw step, add a lore counter. Okay, yeah. It has 0. It's fine. It just stays there, and then it just waits to next turn, and it'll trigger again. And then if you remove that one, it will trigger again and again and again and again. All right, cool card. I think it's a cool card. All right, Miyuki, with this super chat, we will take a look at Kahoira Flesh Guild Dragon. That is a very dog-looking dragon, if you ask me. Now, this is a 9-mana, 6 loyalty dog. Oh, yeah, actually, okay, I guess it's a dragon planeswalker called Dog. Hey, Dog, what's up, Dog? So now we know, dog is just a name. It's actually a dragon. +2. Target enchantment gains protection from the color of your choice until end of turn. Also, -7. Kahoira Flesh Guild Dragon deals 20 damage to each opponent. Now, that's a lot of damage. Just make sure. Wow, it's active next turn. So you play this thing immediately. You go +2, and then next turn you blast someone for 20 damage. So not someone, to each opponent. Old Planeswalker ultimates are either danger or overcost or nothing in between. Now, remember, this costs 9 mana. So, I mean, this is not trivial, and you have to wait for this thing to come around the next turn. I actually think this is incredibly fair. This is like a game finisher in some case, you know? Oh, doubling season? Yeah, doubling season. Enters the battlefield with, what, 12 counters? The Flesh Guild Dragon has arrived. It's still 9 mana. Yeah, make no mistake. 9 mana is 9 mana. Super fair, it's 9. Well, there's like the crowd, super fair, it's 9. And then like maybe like the casual commander crowd's like 9 mana, that's like nothing. I get to 9 mana every game. This is just gonna be such a game ender. Yeah, green ramp win con. Okay, I think it's cool. I think this dog is a good doggo. This doggo passes. Okay, we got this Balduvian Mystic is brought to us by Is This One? All right, thank you very much. We went from dogs to cats. It is a black 1 generic 2/2 cat monk. Pay 2 life. Balduvian Mystic deals 1 damage to each opponent. That's interesting. So that's an infinite life win con. First you gain first you gain life, and then you deal the damage. Pay a black 1 generic tap. Target land becomes a 6/6 creature with defender until end of turn. It's still a land. So at first I thought, oh my god, this is broken. Now I'm like, well, as defender, it's really good on defense. Incredibly good on defense. In fact, it doesn't have Shroud, so there is a cost to turning your land into a creature. It could get fatal pushed or something, and then, well, that's not going to feel very good. I don't know if it's very strong. It's okay. Oh my, defender. LOL saves. Yeah, basically. Defender? It's not doing anything here. The broken combo piece? Well, only for the infinite life gain deck. Need this in my Ashok Wicked Manipulator deck. Give it lifelink. Broken. No, you're still at a net loss, right? So you pay 2 life to deal 1 damage. You'll gain 1 life, but you're still down a life. So basically, I guess what it turns into is pay a life, deal 1 damage. You need super lifelink to make this thing work. Lifelink, it doesn't exactly go infinite. You literally need infinite life. So if you have infinite life, you can pay as much life as you want and deal 1 damage. It's still a land that is used correctly now that is rare. Oh, yeah. Normally it just throws it's still a land on anything. It's still a land. It would look at the doggo and be like, deals 20 damage to each opponent. It's still a land. In this case, yeah, it becomes a 6/6 creature with defender until end of turn. It's still a land. Common piece with exquisite blood. Yeah, I guess that could work. That could absolutely work. Giving it lifelink doesn't do enough. Like, it's better. Like, instead of taking 2 damage to deal 1, you're now gaining, you're basically paying 1 life to deal 1. Because you're gonna pay 2, like, look, math, people, math. You pay 2 life. You gain 1 life. So in the end, you only lost 2 life. Then we pay another 2 life. We get 1 back. We've paid total of 2 life. Then we pay another 2 life. We get 1 back. We've paid a total of 3 life. That's how it works around here. Oh yeah, this is for Commander Masters 2. Spirit Link and a Life Link. I guess that would work. If you go that hard. If you gain enough life, you can make anything work. Pay 2, gain 3 in Commander. Oh, that's right. You Commander players. That's right. You do net, actually. I forgot. Yeah, it's to each opponent. You gain 1. You gain a single life from everyone. That is a nice combo. So it's like basically a 2-card combo just by itself. That can randomly make 6/6s. Yeah, I'm sorry. My 60-card competitive brain could not wrap my head around this very straightforward ability. Friginka's like, finally! Yeah, that's right. Those YouTubers, they can be taught. Banned in Commander. Probably just banned anywhere. I mean, like, come on. Like, how many 2-card combos are there in Commander? We can have... What's another one? It's literally legal all over the place. I'm gonna ship it. I'm gonna print this card. That thing is very print. Whoa, that's a nice island. It's beautiful. Okay. This card is brought to us by Prime Jaders. Thank you very much for your super chat. The Verdum Scruptist. Whatever the hell a Scruptist is a white, 1 generic, 2/2 human knight with Annihilator 1. Does there happen to be an Eldrazi underneath that suit of armor? I don't know many creatures with the ability to annihilate anything. If Verdum Scruptist was kicked, all permanents are colorless. Getting even more suspicious the longer I read this, and also has a kicker of a single white. They're really buffing white now. I think it's just it's like a sheep in a wolf in sheep's clothing. Yeah, colorless for forever. You like this thing? You think it's Zybers, Danny? Blanks all his dust? Yes, it does. Olive's dust protection. Make it mythic and print it. This thing's, I mean, let's see. 3 mana for a card that makes you sack a permanent. Just trying to think of 60 card magic. I guess it's fine. It's like not really broken or anything like that. Like it can it dies to anything. An Eldrazian Knight clothing. That's right. You got it. It's the best way to put it, Toilet Duck. Hard counter to Painter and Legacy. How does this work? If it was kicked, all permanents are colorless. I bet that's a time-stamped thing. Then if you play like Painter and declare color, then everything becomes that color again. Absolutely dies to Doomblade. Karn with the second ability. Plasma Banana says I don't like it. If the other player has nothing on the field, they sack a land. That's right. That'll teach you for playing nothing. You better get something on that board. Stat. Or that Viridium Sculptor is off. That Verdum Scruptist is gonna come after you. Isn't it indirectly land destruction? Well, if you have nothing on the battlefield. God, the idea is you kill this thing. It dies. The whole idea is this dies and then it does nothing. That's the whole point of cards like this. Worst case, like, you know, commander players, when they see a creature that makes you potentially sacrifice a land. Ban it! Get it out of here! I don't ever want to play against this thing. Do you ever really want to see a 3-mana Annihilator? Probably not. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, like, turn 2, this thing in, like, 60-card match. Honestly, it's probably broken. But I'm gonna pass it anyway. It's a very interesting design. Yeah, anti-Draco. Anti-Draco. Yeah, and Draco is, like, a pretty broken card in 60-card Magic right now. Prime Jaders with us. Huge gift. 5 gifted. Thank you so much, Prime Jaders. And with that, we're gonna take a look at, how much does it cost to gift? Maybe we'll look at 3 cards for that. We're gonna look at least 3 cards. I bet that was at least $5 a gift. Okay, Teferi. With Phaetine back. It's a Vivian Planeswalker. But why did Vivian call herself Teferi? Okay, we have a red 4 generic, 6 loyalty. Maybe it's a cosplay or something. I don't know. Okay, +1. Prevent all damage that would be dealt this turn if you have no cards in hand. Prevent all damage that would be dealt this turn if you have no... Okay, that's fine. And then we have -7, which can happen next turn. Return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. Interesting. You can also play lands from your graveyard. Oh, so it's like... Crucible World. It's red Crucible of Worlds. Teferi is possessing her. That's possible. Does Teferi have, like, Professor X powers? I'm not really familiar with all the powers that Teferi has outside of, like, going forwards and backwards through time. The Time Traveler. Makes me believe that Teferi is, like, the outright most powerful planeswalker because he knows the future, the past, the present, and I guess potentially can manipulate any of them. Pretty much lets you keep sacrificing lands. Well, you only get 1 land drop a turn. You can bring all the lands back from your graveyard to the battlefield, but it's going to cost you 7 loyalty. That's a lot of loyalty. Oh god, more World Soul Rage support in Standard. You better believe it. Both Teferi and Vivian do be fat in the back. I am not referenced in the... I have no idea what that reference is. Teferi still loses. Combine this with the card that destroys everyone's lands. Oh, you mean Armageddon? Actual sorcery speed protection is kind of mid. Prevent all damage that would be dealt this turn if you have no cards in hand. I don't get it. Yeah, it's an itch. I think this is just fine. Let's just ship the damn thing. Okay, moving on. The Chance Rikari Dragon. This is a black 4 generic 5/5 human giant with the ability pay 0. Chance Rikari Dragon deals 3 damage to you. You take that damage. Any player may activate this ability. Oh no! Oh no! What are we doing? We're gonna commit seppuku. Anyone can deal 3 damage to us. Yeah, danger to yourself here. What is going on here? Gift it? What do you... How? It's got to gift directly into play. It's like you have to reanimate it directly onto their board or something like that. Because, like, okay, like, in response to donate, okay, well, I'll just activate this, like, 1,000,000 times. You can't donate because you die before you do that. Self-OTK speedrun. Yeah, like, in an alternate world of Magic where you have to, like, basically destroy yourself, I guess this would win it in an instant. Insta-win if you control the opponent's turn. A danger. Why do you have this in your deck? Like, why? Why did you decide to sleeve this up into your 99? Heat More Harple Amishiok of Eating Joy. I never had Fell Thieves. Often call the Lost Wizards and Kraken. If only I had a type instead of a super type and types. Yeah, if only. Use it with a card where your opponents can't activate abilities on your turn and then donate it. So, oh, what? And then you're the only one who can activate the ability? And what, they die and you get it back? But at some point, it will be their turn. Or I guess, does such a card exist? The opponents can't activate abilities? Judge, my opponent won't stop hitting himself. Will Anderson's like, terrible, let's shred it. Wait, hey, Will Anderson, you don't have to play this card. Other people can. Is there a format where the goal to be first one to die? Not that I heard of. Sounds like an interesting... I have no idea how that game would exist. Like, what's the best deck? Just, like, burn? Just burn yourself? Or I guess you could mill yourself and then just draw for the turn. Grand Abolisher. I don't know if that works. Doesn't Grand Abolisher just work on your turn, but not everyone else's turn? Funny thing to do, use this with the prevent damage to you to Fairy Vivian Planeswalker we just looked at. Oh! To the opponent. Does that work? Prevent all damage that would be dealt this turn if you have no cards in hand. Oh my god! It's a combo! They both work together. This is like, oh my god. Yeah, so like you don't take any damage, but then you donate. So now you donate it to somebody else. And oh no, hold on, but how do you donate it to someone else? You have to have no cards in hand, which means you can't donate it. And the moment you draw a card, you're dead. So you have to have some sort of like donate card that's in your graveyard or something. And you can just like, but such a card doesn't exist? Or maybe it's a planeswalker that's already on the battlefield? Like, I don't know how you donate this card, because you need to have 0 cards in hand. If you have 0 cards in hand, you don't have a donate effect. Beamtown Bullies? Oh, maybe that will work, yeah. That's so funny. The One Ring. I think the One Ring gives you protection from your opponents, not from yourself. Because this is your card that other people are going to activate and then kill you with. I guess there is a world. There's a world where this works. You know what this card is? It's one of those cards where you like to think about how you can make this win against someone else. Like, it's bad, but maybe under the right circumstances, it's good. Maybe under the right circumstances, it's good. Oh, we got the Invoke Depleter. This is a 2-mana 1/5 Phyrexian Giant. Pay 1, tap. You get to draw a card. Activate only if Invoke Depleter attacked or blocked this turn. Well, it's going to be pretty crappy getting that value if you attacked. Pretty good if you blocked. And by the way, it's insane. So 1/5, I think actually this would be broken. And it's like 0 mana. Honestly, I don't think anyone would... I don't think this would ever be printed. This looks actually, it looks meh in like maybe Commander, but actually I think this would be heavily played by a lot of different decks in 60 card Magic. Because 2 mana for a 1/5, that basically blocks everything. And then you can just draw a card if you block something with this. Basically says to your opponent, okay, stop, don't even try to attack, don't even go wide, I'll just block something and then get value. Yeah, you're going to need Vigilance to get a draw off of it. So if you can grant it Vigilance, then it will be some really good value. It's really... It's like... I think it's game warping, to be honest. I think it's game warping. It's like the ultimate wall. And it can be played by any deck. Cyber Design, but for pushed stats. Very 40k reminiscent arts. Is that what 40k looks like? It looks like Hearthstone to me. Oh yeah, the toughness is way too high. It's way too high. Well, I understand, like, it's not that good. Let's just let us, you know, print it. Who cares? I want this card. Add it to the Doran decks? No, Kano's thinking. How we turn that toughness into tough guy. Oh god, Toilet, you want to ship this thing? I cast Vandal Blood. It's just a colorless, it's not an artifact. Oh, it is an artifact! Legendary artifact creature. Interesting. I guess that's a downside. Okay, we'll print it. As weird as this damn thing is. Yeah, land drop, soul ring, invoke depleter. Damn, that's kind of scary now that I think about it. Yeah, you better believe it. You could also go land drop Chromox or Mox Diamond into the evoke depleter. Okay, Steve Cooper says 3 more. 3 more it is. Thank you very much, Steve Cooper. Always a trooper on the show. Not there. Oh, isn't there an invasion of Kamigawa? I think this card is immediately disqualified. Cannot have the same name as a card that already exists. But I guess we have the invasion of Kamigawa, the Planeswalker. And it's still a siege. It's like the siege is sentient. You thought I was just a random Planeswalker with defense? Well, I've turned that defense into loyalty. The invasion of Kamigawa is sentient. All right, +1. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. You may reveal an artifact card from among them and put it on the bottom of your library. Okay, am I reading that correctly? The card does not. That ability does nothing. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. You can reveal an artifact card and put it on the bottom. What the? I mean, we manipulate the top cards of our library, I guess, because only the artifact goes to the bottom. The other 2 cards go back on top for nothing. Okay, -1. Create a 2/2 black zombie creature token for each card in your graveyard. What the hell? So create a 2/2 for each card. Oh yeah, that could be huge. So if the creatures, yeah, if you have a lot of cards in your graveyard, just -1 and boom, we got a zombie army. And then -3, invasion of Kamigawa deals 2 damage to target creature or planeswalker. If a creature dealt damage this way would die this turn, exile it instead. Probably this is just broken. Like, just knowing 60 card magic, this would be insane. Fetch, shock, lightning bolt, removal, put a creature, invasion of Kamigawa, -1, put 8 power in play. Oh yeah, just a cool 8 power in play. That's absolutely nothing. No, this is completely dangerous. Yeah, Dredge would probably love this thing. Yeah, Scry, yeah, it's funny. Scry 3 with downside. Instead of putting a card on top, you gotta put a card on the bottom. No, what's the funny thing is, look at the top 3 cards. You may reveal an artifact card. So I guess it's like, if the artifact is, if it's like Springleaf Drum, and it's turn 10, alright, we'll put that Springleaf Drum on the bottom. But if it's like if it's early in the game, you might want that Springleaf Drum on the top. Or that, you know, that Soul Ring. No, it's actually, it's upside. Such a weird, or I guess it's not pure Scry, right? It's not pure Scry. Take the -1 and print it. Anyway, well, as printed, can't take the -1 out. Too strong. The invasion of Kamigawa came fast and furious. Violet is like, it's just look at the top 3 and maybe you can put, yeah, maybe at your discretion, if you want to. If it doesn't work out right now, you can put it on the bottom. It's a very, very funny card. Okay, Alter Beast. Alter Beast is a blue aura. Enchant creature. Enchant creature has +1/+1, has flying and lifelink. That's honestly really pushed for an aura, especially in blue. Okay, we got more lifelink. All right, fellas. More lifelink in blue. No problem at all. Shred for boring. I think this is like a pretty pushed aura for 1 mana. To be honest, it probably still sucks. All auras are terrible in this game. There's no good aura in this game, especially if you don't get any like buyback to it at all. In the filth to be an acolyte fracture, the history of Keswick battle has eating the Weatherlight. You heard it here first. The Weatherlight was eaten by the history of the Keswick battle. That history is Ibers. Card looks like a reference to the Altered Beast video game. I have no idea. I'm not a cultured person. I don't get anybody's references. Dominaria meets Innistrad. The creature ate the Weatherlight and gained flying and lifelink. That's right! It has been enchanted. It's exactly how it worked. The Weatherlight had... I don't know if the Weatherlight had lifelink. It had flying, though! That was the whole point of the Weatherlight. More like Theros meets Innistrad. Yeah, that's true. You got that Greek mythology going over there on the left versus Innistrad on the right. Altered Beast was a game that existed. Pretty fun too. Oh, okay, I got it. It linked lives. This is almost Shadow Spear, but not an artifact. Yeah, you can't look for it with Urza Saga. Okay, I think this is fine. I think it's fine. Nikachu is a nerd. I prefer the term geek. I identify as a geek. There's geeks, dorks, and nerds. Gonna let me know what you think you are in the comments section below. I think I'm a geek. Okay, Horizon, the mana vampire. The mana vampire? That sounds, it sounds like an Eldrazi vampire. Hungry for not blood, but for mana. Okay, we have a white, white, red, blue, 3 generic, 4 loyalty, siege. Another siege? I don't understand these siege things. Is this coming in Modern Horizons 3? Probably not until Modern Horizons 4. Okay, it's got 1 ability, and it only goes up. Look at the target opponent's hand. You may exile a non-land card from it. For as long as that card remains exiled, any player may play it, including the player that we just exiled it from. That is so weird. And it's only a +1 ability. Siege is, yeah, Siege is the name. You are Siege. Horizon, the mana vampire. Does not die. Well, I mean, you can attack the thing. Mana cost too high. Hey, hey, hey. In the AI world, sometimes the mana cost isn't high enough. We gotta be on the safe side around here. Quadrag is like, this is awful. I mean, like, by like turn 7, probably players don't have many good things left in their hand. I mean, there's the Ristic Study player. They always have cards in their hand. Somebody's gonna have cards in their hand. It's too costly, but make it cheaper and I think a danger. Yeah, we have to keep it high. Keep it high and dry. Nerdachu, thumbs down. Geekachu, thumbs up. Yeah, that's right. Exactly. They can just cast the thing that you exile. They could! So the idea is you gotta like exile something that they can't cast. I mean, you can cast, like, it's not, they have to pay the mana cost for it. So what you have to do is exile a card that is expensive that maybe you can cast or somebody else, but they can't. It's such a weird thing. Like, you could exile it from player B, but then player C can cast it themselves. It's very, very strange. Okay, cool. Ship it. Okay, we got Ungodly One. Thank you very much for the super chat. Enjoy your stuff. Let's do a few more. I agree. Ah, these damn actual sieges. I like the cards that are called siege, but are not actually sieges. Okay, we got the Seer Ember Lancer. It's a 2-mana siege. You know, for how much we play with sieges, like, I'm pretty sure the ratio is really, really low. Yet, like, 1/3 of the cards generated by AI are sieges, or at least 20%. Okay, Sir Ember Lancer enters the battlefield taps. That is completely stone cold useless. Also, taps to add a white mana. Do we get that mana? I don't get who gets to tap for that mana. Because we own the card, but sorry, we own the card, but it's under our opponent's defense. I guess we get the mana. Malik, Grace of Ma. It's a 5/5 Phyrexian dinosaur. It's got flying. It's got partner. The hell does that mean? I can like play this card as. Can I play this siege? So if I understand correctly, can I play the siege as my commander? Can battles even be tapped? Well, of course, anything can be tapped. You can tap enchantments. Can a siege be your commander? That's the real question around here. There's no rule against tapping sieges. Okay, whenever Malik, Grace of Ma, attacks, put 2 +1/+1 counters on each creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it. So basically, the buffed get buffer. I mean, I know it can be tapped, but physically, it'd be vertical if tapped. Oh yeah, it would be weird. That's actually funny. Yeah, tapping a siege would just look strange. Then it'd be like, then it would look like what it is right now, as we see it right now. It's already tapped. Finally, a card displayed properly. As intended. All creatures from Thunder Junction have partner. The Zybers, ship it in Modern Horizons 4. You can already have sorceries as commanders, so why not a siege? There we go. That's the spirit. And the rest of the abilities check out too. Okay, we got apparently bed to fear. I don't know how to pronounce this damn card. I'm assuming it's Beld to Firiad. It is a white 3 generic 2/2 human samurai with Cascade. It's a pretty high Cascade too. Colorless spirit spells you cast cost 1 less to cast for each black permanent card in your graveyard. That is weird. Some more black permanent cards in the graveyard. Colorless spirits, which I don't know if any exist. Maybe colorless changelings. We're gonna cost 1 less to cast. Yeah, it's incredibly hyper-specific. Honestly, it's not the most hyper-specific card we've ever seen. Some cards in the AI world specifically call out very specific cards. Ooh, Maskwood Nexus! Malachi. Calling out the combos here. Yeah, and white to cast it. So you can play that. You can be an Orzhov deck, play your Maskwood Nexus. I guess you can be black-white with colorless cards. A lot of colorless artifacts or something. Yeah, it's perfect for my colorless spirit black deck. With white! You need to splash white for the Beld to Firiad. Does it work with the Human Annihilator that removes a color? Ooh! No, that Human Annihilator removed color from permanents. Not cards from hand. And Painter Servant doesn't work either. Hold on, no, whoa. Okay, I figured it out. What's the 6-mana artifact that makes everything colorless? There are 6 colorless spirits in the game. Well, not in a minute! There's gonna be more soon. What is that? What is the 6-mana artifact? It's like everything in play is colorless and an artifact. Or maybe it doesn't make it colorless. Maybe it just makes it an artifact. Maybe I'm thinking about it wrong. Mickelton's Lattice. I'm pretty sure it turns everything colorless. Pretty sure. All permanents are artifacts in addition to other types. All cards that aren't on the battlefield, spells, and permanents are colorless. There we go. Banger. That's it. That's our card. This plus Mickelton's Lattice. That'll do the job. But then cards in graveyards aren't black anymore. Oh, that's quite the conundrum we have. Apparently, okay. Well, then there's 6 colorless spirits in the game. Lock them in. There's more on the way. Wizards will support Beld to Firiad. Hopefully we have Beld to Firiad support in Modern Horizons 4, 5, 6, and 7. Cards in graveyards aren't permanent. Oh, excellent rebuttal from Plasma Banana. Hold on, let's see. What does this reference the graveyard at all? So all permanents are artifacts. All cards that aren't on the battlefield, spells and permanents. All cards that aren't on the battlefield, spells and permanents. I think it's referencing the graveyard too. Like the graveyard is colorless as well. Players may spend mana as lower many color. Yeah, I don't know. I can't be sure. This card trying to say when something black dies, a white spirit emerges? No, a colorless spirit emerges. A colorless. Colorless. Anyway, I have no idea how to interpret this card. It's legal. This is about it. It's a highly specific card for a highly specific deck. Do they become permanents with anime graveyards? I don't know. Moving on. Oh, we got Yawgmoth. Yawgmoth's Open the Elements is a black 2 generic enchantment. Cumulative upkeep of 2 mana. That's going to be expensive. As long as you control a creature with power 4 or greater, remove a verse counter from Yawgmoth's Open the Elements. But it doesn't have any verse counters. If you can't, you lose the game. No! Okay, now this you can donate to, alright? Now this is a donate. Yeah, Draconic's like, donate immediately. Don't give yourself another turn. Okay, so this is fair game to donate. And then someone has better know how to put a verse counter on this thing immediately. Can you even do it? Can you put a verse counter on Yawgmoth's Open the Elements? Yeah, not an upkeep. You lose. It's like, as long as you control... oh, hold on. You have to get... So as long as you control a creature with power 4 or greater, remove a verse counter from Yawgmoth's Open the Elements. If you can't, you lose the game. Actually, I don't even understand this. Yeah, don't have anything power 4 or greater or else. Yeah, just make sure you have, like, small creatures. Just don't pay the upkeep so it dies. I don't even know how this thing triggers. Or if it triggers at all. Yeah, this is an extra confusing card. AI has done a 180 from you win the game cards to you lose the game cards. Oh, it's been doing that for forever. Used to love the you lose the game cards. Yeah, exactly. When does the trigger happen? I guess it's continuous. The moment you have like a power 4 creature, it's just over. So we'll say this is probably broken. Kettle with a super sticker. Thank you so much, Kettle. I really appreciate it. And with that super sticker, ooh, that's a waste. Let's take a look at the Cemetery Zealot. It's an it is at 3 generic, 1 for human pirate. The spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature your opponents control. Oh, that's cool. So it could basically cost 2 mana. Discard a card. Cemetery Zealot gains flying until end of turn. Any player may activate this ability. Ooh, it's very much like... There's this black creature. Is it Plague Stinger? It's like a 1/2 flyer, but you can disable the flying, I think, by discarding a card. Everyone can do this. Yep, discard outlet. Blast offers like, this is perfect. It's exactly what I need. Especially to counter all those stupid people with playing creatures so early on in the game. Blast offers like, the Cybers so much. The art, the theme, and everything. What are you a madness player? This is madness. Toilet Duck says the art looks like he's riding some kind of steampunk jet ski. Anyway, it's Zybers, ship it. It's like... I don't even know how to describe this thing. Yeah, it's like some sort of jet ski if they designed it in the 1800s or something. All those like really weird looking adventures. Alright. It's Zybers. And with that, I can finally be free today. Thank you very much, everyone, for being on the show. I really appreciate it. I hope you had a lot of fun on Coffee and MTG. And if you want to be part of the show, remember, we do this weekdays, 11 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks, everyone who supports the show. If you're a patron on Patreon, member on YouTube, or you Super Chat to be part of the show, or even Super Chat to help other people be part of the show. And thanks, everyone, for being part of the community here in the afternoon. People like Toads, Blastoffer, Nakroma, we got Thema, Tammy, Malachi, Coffee and Buns, Ungodly One, DM, Chris, we got Teamer for Ginka, Jess, Jonathan, Plasma, Steve Cooper, Duke Firebird, Bell, Kano, Toilet Duck, because you guys are the show. We got Michael Eng. Who else do we have? Lyrical, JD, RSFA Rocks, Mordrek, Coffee Crew, I'm nothing without you. So keep brewing up them coffees and we'll keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.